What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ashili Sports. This is the post-match reaction between Chelsea and West Ham United, and the game was heated. I've never seen a heated game like this in the Premier League so far, except the game between Chelsea and Brentford, which was also a derby game. Generally speaking, the game has been so good, and we expected Chelsea to win this game so that they will be able to stay on top of the league. But it is what it is. We can't change anything now. West Ham United showed their class. They showed their intent of staying the top four of the table in order to play Champions League next season. And this game might just be the game that will motivate them in moving forward. Just like their last three Premier League games, they were not able to get a single win. And this is just a startup for them. So with me here is Eddie. Eddie, generally speaking, the match just ended, and the current leaders of the league table lost the game, which means a lot, and which means a lot to them. What do you think generally about the game?
Generally, the game was an interesting game. It's such a beautiful game we just watched. But I'm happy Chelsea lost to West Ham by 3-2. As we all know, West Ham have been performing. West Ham is such a good team, and they've been performing these days. And it's like I'm happy Chelsea lost the game. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I'm fine. To be frank, there are a lot of this football. It's a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you lose or you win. But I always prefer my team to win. But not this kind of loss, because this loss is going to cost us. There are some games we needed to win, or we needed to just gain the 3 points in order to stay top in the league table. To be frank, with this kind of loss, you don't have anyone to blame. Even though Edward Mendy made a slight mistake during the first half, and then West Ham were able to equalize the first goal we scored. First goal scored by Thiago Silva. Yeah. So basically, we all expected Michael Antonio to actually get into the game to do it for West Ham, but Christensen was able to manage him throughout the game. Antonio was not where to be found in the game. What do you think, generally speaking, his performance about the game? Because he needed to carry the team, but Christensen was able to manage him very well.
One thing I noticed about the game is because Christensen was attacking Antonio, they switched the game from giving much passes to Michael Antonio. So the game was a teamwork. So he wasn't getting much of the ball because he was being tackled by Christensen. So that was why you could see the other players step up in the game, and it led to the win of West Ham United.
It led to the wins of West Ham United, and believe it or not, it's a win for them, and it's a motivation for them, because winning against the most possessed team in the Premier League this season and getting a win like this, coming back from 1-0 to 3-1, it's just like a game that we watched, Manchester United Arsenal. It was 1-0, United was able to come back. It's just similar because it was in the Old Trafford. This one too is West Ham home, and they also come back to win the game. Well, with this kind of games, you needed to just manage it. You don't need to, as a world-class team and a world-class coach, you needed to just manage the game to get the 3 points. But then, Chelsea recently has been hit with a lot of injuries, and we are paying dearly for it, because last game, it was just we didn't perform because our midfield, there wasn't creativity in our midfield, because Saul was not performing, and since arriving in Chelsea, he hasn't picked up the tempo of Premier League. You know, in La Liga, you have the free role to possess ball and do whatever you want to do, but in Premier League, you are not able to do it. And this just going to the first half of the league. and up to date he's not yet picking. And do you think the injuries actually cost Chelsea? Because assuming if Kante were to be there,
Of course, the injury has cost Chelsea a lot, and it's still costing Chelsea. And it will still cost Chelsea if they are not yet on, if they are not back on time. Because if Conte was to be in this game, he could have controlled the midfield as well. He could have controlled the midfield.
so we see as today it didn't actually work very well for Thomas Tuchel, and bet it doesn't take his classic tactical magician wave out of him. Maybe because of the injuries that hit the team, that's why we see Lukaku coming in to take Havertz, who got injured. One of my colleague was just saying that he would have preferred Tuchel to bring in Timo Werner instead of Lukaku, because when Lukaku is in, it's like the creativity is not there up front. Like you look at the first half, we created a lot of chances because the movement, the way Kai Havertz movement is absolutely amazing, and it's something that you cannot take away from him. But Lukaku too got injured and he's now recovering, and I expected him to even start this game, but because Tuchel is so good and know his players very well, he decided to go with Kai Havertz. What can you tell us about the difference between two, Kai Havertz and Lukaku?
Okay, with as you said, Kai Havertz is such a player who creates a lot of chances and also possesses a lot of ball. But with Lukaku, he's such a player. He stays on the ball. If he gets the ball, he stays on the ball, and he doesn't like pull back a lot. So it's mostly it's like the team is out of a player, like minus a player. So that's what caused Chelsea after Lukaku came into the game. Because after Lukaku came into the game, everything changed. The way Chelsea was possessing in the other opponent's half, everything changed. So that's what the difference between Lukaku and the other players. Lukaku he scored, like he's a player who he will score, but with in terms of possession and everything, count him off.
In terms of everything, count Lukaku off. Absolutely, the movement, Lukaku will get into the team, and the team will be able to contain Lukaku, maybe time to come. But at the moment, it's not all good for the team when Lukaku is there in the up front. But Chelsea fans, you don't need to worry. We still have a lot of games on. My only problem is if City get to the top of the league table, it's always difficult to catch them up. But what can we say? We haven't even finished the first round of the league. So you don't need to worry. And we will come back strongly. Every team in Premier League have this kind of moment. But the most important thing is how you come back to fight for the top spot. Is what makes you a better team than the rest. So let's be hopeful our next game will be a win for us. And maybe Champions League, going to Champions League next week will actually boost the team in moving forward. Because we are going to Russia to face on Zenit, and let's be hopeful that match we are able to win it and stay top of the group. So if you are new to the channel, if you're a Chelsea fan, if you're a football lover, if you love sports, stay tuned, because there are going to be there are going to be news, information, and other sporting activity coming on in this channel. So if you are new, subscribe, turn on your notification button, and be part of the amazing community we are building on. Shout out to Chelsea fans, even though it's a loss today, but it's a respectable loss. We put out our best. If it was the last game, I would have said maybe it's a bad loss for Chelsea, because last game we didn't play well. But today, the flexibility of the midfield was back. And today, the flexibility of the midfield is back. And it was absolutely marvelous performance by Chelsea. And we can't dispute the fact that West Ham are also doing very well this season. And they are looking forward to play their Champions League football. and this kind of things happen in Premier League. Any team, bad moment can come, but the most important thing is how you come back from it. I hope this doesn't affect the team moving forward, and that makes Chelsea team a very unique team. Anyone coming in can actually perform better, but the injuries worrying the team is